our work is unfinished. Our Omaha campus facilities have surpassed capacity, and it's time to expand once again. We are building a new 1,500-seat auditorium to continue reaching our nearby families, friends, neighbors, and colleagues. We're moving to launch other campuses around Nebraska to raise more leaders, baptize more believers, mobilize more volunteers, transform more hearts, and fulfill our God-given mission. Through partnership with the Mid-India Christian Mission, we have the unique opportunity to plant 10 churches in northern central India over the next 2 years. Join us to continue the work God has started.
Did we really say we're going to do that? Yeah, there we go. You might want to fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. Strap it on. This is pretty exciting. Our elder board has given us the approval to build a new 1,500-seat, 22,000 square foot building that will be right over here, and we're super excited about that. And that will be built and completed in 2020. What happens is that when we fill this room and this space here on this campus to about 75 to 80%, we begin to plateau. We did that about 5-6 years ago when we began the process of launching our first multi-site. Our elder board at that time even kind of thought, well, maybe we should build a new auditorium. And we just said, no, we don't have the to do that. And so we launched a campus in Millard. And then a year later, we launched a campus in Fremont. But now is the time, right? It is the time. We're in a fast-growing space in the city of Omaha. On the northwest side is just exploding. They will open up 2 high schools within 4 miles of this campus in the next couple of years. We know that this is going the largest recreational site in the city of Omaha just opened up not too far from here. This is an amazing space, and we have 17.5 acres here that we are going to develop. And our next phase will be this new auditorium. You want to see a little bit about it? We're going to fly it through here just for a second. So we're going to have to add parking. And again, the closer you are to God, the farther you have to park. And you might want to get in shape for that. So the auditorium is going to be tilted a little bit there. And it's going to kind of close things in our campus. And you're going to see here a fly-in on our, we call it what do we call it? Oh, what? The backyard. That's the backyard. And it's kind of like the Gene Leahy Mall. There's going to be slides and stuff without the rats, basically. But it's going to. Our commons area will turn into a coffee bar space and gathering area. And then you're kind of seeing here as we walk into the new auditorium space, there'll be gathering spaces there as well for our new guests. And folks there, they'll be taking a look at that space as well. There'll be 600 seats on the floor, kind of like what we have now. And it'll be chairs, removable chairs, and that kind of thing. And so you can kind of see that as we kind of come through. There's 2 entrances into the auditorium. So that's kind of what it looks like. All those will be flex seating. And then there'll be 900 seats that will go up. And my understanding is that they don't recline. So that's my understanding. This will be my view as we take a look at that. So that's pretty exciting. And that all gets started. Construction, we're under architects are drawing things and putting things together, but the construction will start next July, I believe. And so the biggest question people always say, what about the fireworks show? We don't have that answer yet, right? We do not have that. We're going to do our very best to blow things up. So we can do that. We can pull that off next year. We think we're going to probably have our fireworks show in June so that before construction starts, so that'll help us out. And that'll be a big deal. And then, so that won't be completed until 2020 in November. So what do we do for 2 years, right? Are we just going to be content with like, oh, well, we're going to plateau? Absolutely not. So here's the next thing we're doing. We bought ourselves a building. Stonebridge Benson will open up in 2019. Right now, we close on that property in about 3 weeks, and we're super excited about it. If you attended our very first Easter service this past year, we filled that room. There's 240 seats in there. We filled it up, and we've been able to negotiate a price for us to be able to buy that fantastic location in the heart of Benson. And the reason why we're doing that is because 250,000 people live within 5-mile radius of that property. That's larger than Lincoln, Nebraska. And Benson is a fast-growing entertainment and area. It's really, but it's massively underserviced. And we know today 8 out of 10 people in Benson aren't going to church. And so we just know that to be true. And so we don't know exactly when that's going to open up, but we need 150 people from the Omaha location to go there. And we asked you to do that when we opened up our Millard campus. Many of you took that challenge. I had many people already this morning saying, hey, I'm going to do that. I want to be a part of that. And so you already are probably, your heart's beating a little faster. We need 150 minimum to go there and help us open up that campus. By the way, today in Millard and in Fremont, there'll be over 300 people at those campuses that weren't there 2.5 years ago. And we just received word, this is crazy, it blew me up. Both those campuses are financially supporting themselves. That's amazing. That doesn't happen. And that is, by the way, that is through August. That's through summer, which doesn't happen in churches. So they're killing it, and they're doing great. And way to go, you guys. Way to go. Thank you. Then we are partnering with Mid-India Christian Mission. These guys are amazing. They're doing crazy good stuff in India. And we are planning on launching 10 house churches with them this next year. They tell us that if we do that, we will have 1,000 baptisms within a few short period of years. So this fall in November, we will launch a campaign called Unfinished, because this campus is unfinished, our work in our state in Nebraska is unfinished, and our work in India is unfinished. And truly, here's where it's the most unfinished. It's unfinished in my heart. So we'll launch a campaign this fall in November to be able to raise we hope $3 million to be able to do this. It's going to cost us $7 million to do this entire thing. So it's way bigger than we can imagine. But with your help, when we get everybody on board with this is very, very doable. We've already rearranged financial stuff to be able to pull all this stuff up. It's just amazing, and our financial partners are excited for us to be able to do that. Now, I'm super happy about being able to do that. Linda and I are all in. We're ready to do this. I am not coasting into retirement. And by the way, I have my own chair. I mean, I sit right over there. Right? We got enough space for us. What we don't have is enough space for our family and friends to come to church anymore. And so we're feeling the crunch already on this campus. And we're asking our entire church, those who are in Millard and Fremont, to partner with us as well. So we'll launch that campaign in November. It'll be a 2-year campaign to raise money above and beyond our normal giving for this, all right? Here we go.